I mean, you got him. I'm so excited. I feel like we saved the best for last, right?
That's what it say. What they say? They say last is always first. That's what they say. Last is always first. Because you know what? That's gonna be like the last thing you remember. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sometimes we never remember the first thing we saw.
We
remember the last thing we saw.
Exactly. So we're ending it right for sure. So how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You doing good?
I can't complain. I'm doing great. I'm here. I'm repping my city.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm repping my city, so I'm here.
Now, what we were saying earlier is that you are a known newcomer.
No.
So I want to dive a little bit about your come up, right? Because your history in the game has been a bit rich, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Well, I first started rapping when I was about like 14.
Okay.
And I mean, I've always been rapping and freestyling like all my life. I love music, like all kinds of music. So when I was like 14, I started rapping, and maybe about 15, I started to take it serious, which I got myself a manager by the name of Nate Benson, who was also my mentor. And he took me through a thing what's called artist development.
Okay.
And they basically just worked with me on my interviewing skills, my performances, just like, you know, top to bottom. Like nowadays, like artists now probably don't know nothing about artist development, but I went through that whole artist development thing from top to bottom. So he teamed me up with a couple of producers he was working with by the name of Cool N Dre, and they produced a single for me called Ride For You.
And they're pretty iconic, right? You were saying they've done everything,
very,
right?
yeah, man. They've done tracks for 50 Cent, Gang, Terror Squad. I mean, you know, Cool N Dre was everywhere.
So getting your first single produced by them must have been like something super.
Oh yeah,
exciting,
that was really exciting for me at the time.
Sure.
But I was young at the time, so it was like I didn't really feel the effect of it. I wasn't really like starstruck. It was just like I was just, you know, rapping. I was just doing what I love to do. So I never really looked at it like, oh my God, I'm working with Cool N Dre. Like I never really looked at it like that.
Right. I got you.
So, yeah.
So fast forward to now, right? We're doing your comeback. Now you were formerly known as Menace.
Yes.
And now obviously you've changed the name. Why is that? Why did you want to do that?
Well, for two reasons. A lot of people always told me like Menace was kind of like negative, and you know it didn't really send a positive message, which I absolutely want to. I want to put a positive message out there, like every time, you know what I mean. So, and then it was some other people going by the name of Menace. We had different other artists, so I just really wanted to separate myself from everybody. So I use my name, you know, so Philmoedollaz. I want to feel more dollars.
You want to feel more dollars.
Everybody want to feel more dollars. So I just took a part of my name and put more dollars with it, and it just fitted me. Like from the day I changed my name, it was like I started rapping different. I just came up with this whole character. So Philmoedollaz is just all about positive energy, you know.
Dope.
Every day, positive energy, we gonna push to get that bag. That's what Philmoedollaz represents.
Yeah, and it's funny because I feel like that's a topic that's come up a lot tonight. I feel like Money Bo also talked about he really wanted to be
Shouts to
positive.
Money Bo. Shouts to Money Bo. Money Bo did his thing. You know, he showed me love.
100%. I feel like he definitely also wants to have that intention with his image. Ace did the same thing, talking about how he wants to have a positive impact. And you are saying that, you know, you did the name change because you felt like the last one had more negative connotation. That's more. Why do you think? Because one of the questions I did have to ask you was a difference that you see in the industry from back then versus now. And I think one of them would be that the whole like aggressive, negative, like rapper thing has turned more into like everyone's just trying to do good, right?
Well, I mean, for first and foremost, I mean, you got to be yourself, man.
Right.
Like, when it comes to this, to the music game, you got to be yourself. I mean, like it's kind of like this right here. You see what you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
If you're not living it, really living it, they're gonna see right through it. You know what I mean? So. Saying that to say, if that's just not your image, that's just not your image. You just pretty much just have to be yourself,
just
man.
Be
you know what I mean?
100%.
And I commend a lot of the new artists that's coming out. You know what I mean? They got their own style. You know what I mean? I don't have. They call it like mumble rap or whatever. I don't really have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Everybody doing their own thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let
So it's just kind of like you could just be yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
So it's all about being yourself.
And what other things do you think are different about the industry that you didn't experience or witness the first go round? Because I know like social media is new.
I didn't experience social media
Yeah.
at all. I didn't know nothing about social media. It was just totally different when we was doing it. We had to pay for pictures. I mean, we
Right.
had to get photographers. We had to
Right.
get our own videos. We had to, I remember going to Walgreens and buying the inserts and printing up CDs and
Oh, wow.
passing them out.
Yeah.
Like we had to really like grind.
It was a tangible
you know?
thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Nowadays,
like you
it's
really
very-
had to be out there. Now it's just kind of like with the social media game, with a touch of a button, I mean, you already done reached 1 million people. I mean, there's no
Insane.
way I could reach 1 million people back in 2001, 2002, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
MySpace, I kind of had a little,
We love, shouts
yeah,
out.
when I had, when
MySpace
MySpace came out, I kind of got a little bit of
The cloud on MySpace.
on MySpace,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Me
you
too.
know, that came way after, you know.
Right,
So,
100%, yeah. So
yeah,
it's
that's one
different
thing I
dynamic.
did not experience the social media game. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed things.
Oh no, they got it great.
Is it intimidating you a bit, or are you like
Oh
embracing
no,
it?
oh no,
Embracing it?
never intimidated by nothing. I stay,
love that.
shoes
100%.
stay strapped up. I'm always ready for
Philmoedollaz.
whatever. So it's just, you have to, I'm a chameleon.
Right.
I'm gonna adapt to any situation you,
have
put
to,
me
yeah.
in. Any situation you put me in, I don't care. You can
100%.
put me in the jungle right now, I'm gonna become a lion. Like,
I love that. That's a bar right there for sure. So what helped you stay mentally motivated when you were away from the game for so long?
My kids.
Kids, yeah. That'll
And
do
it's
it.
just music lives in me. I can't leave it alone. You ever just had something in your head you just can't get out? Like if
Yeah.
I was to say I'm not gonna rap right now, I'm still gonna come up with songs. My mind is still gonna think music. I mean, because music lives within me. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
what keeps me motivated, man. And I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie,
Janet.
I got to put some emphasis on there. This man right here is like definitely motivation, like
100%,
like
yeah.
for real,
Moving waves.
like
Yeah.
really, like you know what, you can do it. Like
Yeah.
you can build everything from the ground up. You just gotta believe in yourself, and
Yeah.
that's what just keep me pushing, man.
Awesome. And I hope that by him doing that for you, you can also be a catalyst for somebody who's watching this right now and also wants to,
Like
pursue
Tupac,
it.
like Tupac once
Yeah.
said, he said he was gonna spark the brain that changed the world. So I believe Nipsey was the brain that he sparked. So,
Yeah, 100%. Oh, wow, that's an
Nipsey-
amazing way to look at it, for
You
sure.
know what I mean? Nipsey, he's gonna spark somebody else. So
I know, man.
I feel like
Honestly.
I am that man.
Dope. That's dope.
So
So
that's what it is.
earlier in your career, you were previously endorsed by Russell Simmons. Am I
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, that was insane, right?
yeah, that was crazy.
And-
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he is obviously the CEO of Fat Farm, and it's crazy because not only are you making a comeback, but Fat Farm has made a huge comeback in the fashion industry.
Right.
I wanted to know your take on that. Do you think that that was a smart move, or do you think that like some big legacies like that should sort of remain untouched? Because there's a lot of things that are coming back.
No, I mean that's Russell. I mean
Yeah.
anything Russell put his hands on is just like
gold.
it's platinum. I mean
Yeah.
it's more than gold. It's
Yeah,
platinum.
yeah.
I think that was a great decision.
Yeah.
I actually miss rocking the Fat Farm clothes. I mean, because
Right?
it was like, it was kind of like, it was hip and it was clean cut. It was casual.
Yeah.
You know, they had the button ups, they had the polos, they had some sneakers. Like I got a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like they would
I had the tracksuit.
they would have different color shoes. Like say your shoes would be all blue, and then it would have like a different color shoelace. Like
Right,
it
right,
was
right.
just
Yeah,
different.
it was
like-
innovative for sure,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was definitely different.
So
And
you're all for them coming back,
Oh, I'm
yeah?
all for Fat Farm. Russell, holler at me.
Oh yeah.
Holler back at me. You know,
Holler back at
I
you,
still
yeah,
look
yeah.
good in your clothes if you put them on me. Believe that.
I know, right? I love that. I love that. So you've done some hosting work, right? You've done
Yeah.
some radio work. Did you feel very in your element doing those kind of things, or do you feel like music is more where you shine in that sense?
Well, I'm a people's person, so
Okay.
when I was doing the video mix thing, it was an easy transition because it was just like I was just being me. So I kind of just shouts to Jesse too, the guy who owns who created Video Mix. He
Okay.
actually gave me a chance. He actually saw that in me. I didn't see that in myself. So when he
Sometimes that's all
when
it
he
takes.
met me and he's a great judge of character. So when he met me, he was just like, you know what? He'll be a great fit for Video Mix. And, you know, it took it maybe like 3 days, but I mean, I just
in
fit
it?
it right in with the whole
Yeah.
family with LAX, Yellow Boy, Stitches was on there at the time, so I just like fit it right in.
Yeah,
so it was an easy
100%.
transition.
Yeah, so that's something that you could, would you bounce back into that? Or
Oh
do you
yeah,
feel-
definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Dope.
definitely.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see you on
Philmoedollaz,
Yeah.
about that bag, like, but
About that bag.
I'm about that bag.
Let's talk about, speaking of being about that bag, let's
Right.
talk about Lose My Money, right?
Lose My Money.
This is the next single coming up? Is that
Well,
what
yeah,
I'm...
be on the lookout for that new single with Deslock Piccolo. It's called Loose My Money. So it's all about working and work mode.
That's what you've been doing,
And
yeah?
when you do the work, loose my money for me doing my work. So that's what the song
Can
is
you
all
tell
about.
me a little bit how the track came about? Like, were you
I
writing?
actually been thinking about we came up with it in the studio. I actually
Okay.
been thinking about it for a minute, but
Okay.
we just found the right material with it. And me and Piccolo, we got great chemistry. Like we come up with records like water. So I mean, I think it didn't even take us like maybe like 30 minutes to come up with the whole song.
Yeah.
So, and it was great. We just knew it was like, nah, this is the one right
I feel
here.
like every great song that makes an impact is always made in like less than an hour. Like every time you hear a backstory about a really great song, it's like
It's called Studio Magic.
it's called Studio Magic, right?
Studio Magic. You
Dope.
never know what you're gonna get in the studio. Like literally, I could be recording. I was recording a song one time, and the ad lib came out of nowhere. Like I was like, where did that come from? The engineer was like, I don't know. So I was like, it's a studio ghost in here. So it's
Yeah, man.
it's magic, man. And especially when I said music
Yeah.
lives inside you. I mean, it's great.
So yeah,
it's great.
when that organic stuff happens.
Yeah, man. It's an element.
Yeah.
It's definitely
So
an
what's
element.
next? What's next for Philmoedollaz?
Next for Philmoedollaz is hopefully I can get an Ace magazine, get more
Of
shows.
course, yeah.
We're gonna put out this single with Deslock Piccolo, and
Okay.
I'm just keep grinding. I'm in the studio right now. Actually coming up with my album From Crumbs to Bread.
Okay.
So this will be my first official EP.
Okay.
So this will be the first body of work I actually put out. So.
In a minute, yeah?
Yeah, in a minute. I actually have some songs on SoundCloud right now. You can
Okay.
go look me up. That's
Yeah.
Philmoedollaz at SoundCloud.com.
Okay, dope.
So
Yeah, plug it.
they could, they could definitely holler at me on
Yeah.
SoundCloud right now. Follow me on Instagram. That's _Philmoedollaz.
Yeah,
Instagram. So Facebook. That's all I'm gonna be doing. Just writing
Social
songs.
media.
I also ghostwrite. So if you need a ghostwriter, holler at your
See,
boy.
that's another thing that's changed about the industry.
Oh,
People
they'll
love
never know.
ghostwriters now,
Oh,
yeah?
they would
So
never
it's
know I
fine.
wrote it.
They'll never know you wrote
They
it.
would
Perfect.
never
So
know
can we
I
get some
wrote it.
dates before we send you off? Can we know when we'll hear something? Or
we
you
could
want
say
to
by
rush the
August.
magic? By August.
By August.
Dope.
Yeah,
well,
beginning
I'll
of
be
August.
anxiously waiting because I'm
All
so
right.
excited. I think this comeback is going to be super successful.
Yes.
You
all
have
right.
the rigor and the passion, so
Yeah,
dope.
God's willing.
God is willing. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
All right.
We're going to
Be
send
easy.
you off. Man.
Spirit fingers.
Oh,
Spirit fingers. That's how we do it.
I love it. Perfect. We'll see you guys after this.
Already.
I'm like waiting for the handshake.